had entertained those views back then, but he also was a great geologist. And I'll mention him once. Well, I'll just tell you that just before Darwin got invited to go on the Beagle in August of 1831, he was out in the field at the behest of this next gentleman, the Reverend John Stevens Henslow. He told Sedgwick he should take Darwin out into the field and teach him the rudiments of field geology, which is really one of the most important things that ever happened to Darwin. He learned them in a week and a half, you know. But he got very enthused, and in the months between August and December, when the Beagle finally sailed, Darwin had some fancy, what we would call like the forerunner of a Brunton compass, and he would rearrange the furniture in his rooms and measure all sorts of angles of inclination and so forth. He really took the lessons to heart. Henslow had been a crystallographer, and in the late 1820s got interested in botany, founded the Cambridge Botanical Garden, which still exists, and the herbarium there. And he started teaching a botany course, and I haven't had a chance to really read the syllabus yet, but it does exist. And Darwin took it the first 3 years that it was given, and he started bringing other people in. And Darwin got to be known as the man who walks with Henslow. And they would stride around and just talk about scientific, well, God knows what they were talking about, so to speak. But anyway, presumably an awful lot of botany. And it's quite clear that what he got from Henslow was two things. One was a practical thing. It was about the importance of keeping accurate notes when you're in the field making collections. And then coming back and mounting the specimens properly, writing out their identification, and particularly the geographic locale in which the specimens were collected in. So this became an integral part of Darwin's approach to the natural world in sort of an analytic, sort of proto-scientific manner. The other thing that Henslow noticed was that plants species vary. They vary locally, but they vary geographically. And so he was always interested. In fact, the earliest specimen that Darwin ever collected that anybody knows about now is in the herbarium, and he collected it on the way home from his field trip with Sedgwick in Wales. They went to Wales, and Darwin had grown up in Shropshire near the Welsh border. And someplace, I can't even remember where it is, I think back inside England proper, Darwin collected a plant because he felt it was different from the ones around Cambridge. Same species, but it was a variety. So it was interested in and certainly cognizant of variation, and as I say, also was a good pupil and learned to take very accurate notes and also to take care of his specimens and make sure that they were accurately identified and then finally properly ensconced into a collection. So these guys were creationists, Sedgwick and Henslow. So Whewell was there, who was a philosopher of science.